My name's Dave Daley. I'm a cattleman in Butte County. My family's been in this area since 1850. My family were poor Irish immigrants who came hunting for gold. Eventually the operation became more specialized in cattle. We started taking cattle to the mountains about 1880 and have been doing so ever since. And at this point are full-time in cattle operation. I'm fifth generation in the operation. My son is a partner with me who's sixth generation. Now I have a granddaughter who will be the seventh generation.
I think a lot of us in California, when we think about nature, immediately conjure images of pristine wilderness. And that's really important in California, and we have that type of wilderness across the state. But also when we talk about nature, we should be talking about our working lands, our farms, our ranches, our commercial forests. Today we're out here in Butte County at the Daley family ranch, learning about the role of California's rangelands and its cattle operations on both environmental conservation and land stewardship. The Daley family has been managing cattle in this part of California for 5 or 6 generations. They are environmental conservationists. And so we're learning about what's working in the ways that government is supporting their efforts and where we can improve.
One of the things that I'm so optimistic about is that with our commitment to natural working lands as one of the strategies for achieving our climate goals in addition to our biodiversity goals, is that it's a real opportunity for farmers and ranchers like Dave Daley to step into this space and lead on climate solutions by how they manage the land as stewards who know it well and live it every day.
We have a permit with the U.S. Forest Service. It's been in the family since before there was a Forest Service. And then we also have the same relationship with Sierra Pacific. We have permits on what I would call commingled ground. Some is private with Sierra Pacific, some is Forest Service. So we have permits to graze our cattle there that have dated back essentially 150 years.
It's been pretty amazing today to just see firsthand and hear throughout the conversation what it means to be people on the land and a multi-generation operation where they're always thinking about the next generation and the one after that.
The challenge is we lost all of our summer range to the big North complex and destroyed our summer range and most of our cow herd. So it's been a pretty horrific challenge. In addition to the cattle being lost, it completely destroyed an ecosystem. It's the ecosystem that fills the watershed of Lake Oroville, the largest man-made lake in the world, a 3.5 million acre feet that waters much of California. The entire ecosystem above it has been devastated.
Today we've been able to visit some of the North Complex from 2020, in particular the Bear Fire.
So these are about a year ago. These are pictures of our forest where we took our cows, and we're standing now in complete devastation. It just shakes me to see.
And we've been really talking about what this means to the ranchers, but more broadly also what it means to the forest as a carbon sink, as a working environment that California needs, both for industry as well as clean air and water. One of the things that's come up along this journey is what would have happened if we were decades in the future and our prescribed fire product on the landscape. What would that have done to change what happened here that day? We don't know if we had been working to manage as we hope to for the next several decades, if that would have made a difference during this particular fire siege. But what we do know is it would have reduced the impact across the landscape. To my right, this forest is nuked. There isn't a single live tree left. To my left is an area that was burned with a prescribed fire, understory burn, and there are green trees left. There is healthy brush coming up below, feed for animals, both native and livestock potentially.
I think we're getting to where people are paying attention. It's not just about my cows, it's about them losing their homes. and their lives. It's a tremendous disservice to not be willing to engage in a meaningful dialogue and look for solutions.
There's so much we can learn from the men and women that are actually out on the ranches, on farms, in our commercial forests, around how we can conserve the environment and build economic prosperity around the state. It's important for us as leaders, and certainly the governor directs us to listen and learn from those actually out here managing our natural resources. And that's what we're doing today.